point, a hand shot up from the crowd with a jar of peanut butter. And I just took the peanut butter and started throwing it, just throwing it around.
No one knew what Iggy was going to do next. Nothing rehearsed, except that he was going to get up there and let one go.
Iggy was developing into an explosive showman on stage, but admits that he and the other band members were developing serious drug habits off stage.
We'd all...
It's directed by this guy, Garth Lewis, and he's making the story of my life.
The story of your life. Well, I thought I was special, but evidently everyone's doing the story of their life. And to Jasmine St. Clair, I'd be...
All punk rock today.
The proto-punk took his R-rated act to Dinah Shore's G-rated show. But instead of the usual talk show chit-chat, Iggy shocked Dinah and housewives across America with stories about his notorious past.
You were doing things to yourself physically that were...
Yeah, and to other people, too.
But you cut yourself with a bottle.
Yeah, well, that was because I'd done something really foolish the night before, and I was ashamed. And I felt so bad that I thought, the heck with it, I grabbed a glass and...
Oh, Jim.
But that was, well, I've had treatment for that sort of thing, since. Yeah, helped a lot,
Iggy made a big impression on Middle America, especially on his 7-year-old son who was watching at home.
I can't sing. I can't sing. Let's sing.
When the Beatles were singing Yesterday, the Velvet Underground were singing songs about heroin. Much more nihilistic, much more cynical.
It sounded as if you didn't have to know how to play what the Velvets played. Obviously it's not as easy as they made it sound, but it was inspiring. The Dolls were an inspiration too.
What about Sweetheart?
The punk scene, most people think, started with the Sex Pistols. And the Sex Pistols defined it in the popular consciousness. But the Sex Pistols were influenced by the New York Dolls.
Dolls came over and they played this really boring rock show.
The New York Dolls.
Wearing their high heels and stuttering about and smashing their instruments. That was something we'd never seen before. And it was on television, even better. So bad. Tempted to play rock and roll. I thought it was such a cacophonous racket that it made me laugh. And their sheer audacity, I thought, was phenomenal.
Malcolm was here in New York, and he loved their style and their attitude and their aggression. He wanted them to come to England, but it was too late for the Dolls. I mean, Malcolm was trying to sell clothes, basically. He was selling fashions.
Slowly, I began to move around New York and found a small bar called CBGB. It seemed to be a scene. And there was one character in the corner. His name was Richard Hell. And I noticed his T-shirt was very cleverly designed. Being a haberdasher from the King's Road, I was very enticed by this T-shirt. And him playing this song, which was his song, called Blank Generation. I began to adore the idea of new rock and roll through them.
CBGBs, there weren't bands playing there when we started. And it was a wino Hells Angels bar.
We liked the place right off the bat. It had a nice, quaint kind of atmosphere, and the acoustics were great.
There started being this kind of uptown crowd mixed with a lot of dancers from Times Square, topless dancers and prostitutes and junkies, mixed with these slumming chic people who thought we were cute and real.